Welcome back. I'm the Watch Nerd. On this video, we're going to go into the Rolex official dealer. I go to two places and I do try to hunt for steel. Recently, I did get the chance, actually, in my last video, to buy an Air King. So I am very excited to see what they have this week. I have not gone yet. I'm filming this before I do go. So whatever I put in the title is what we found today. Before I do flip you into the footage, though, I do want to keep announcing my Chanel chain giveaway. I'm going to be giving out this chain for free as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you want to be entered, there is the 4 steps in the description below.
Now, flipping yourselves around, I'm just going to throw you through all the footage I have. There was no new watches except for the one, of course, you saw in the title. But I want to tell a few stories with this official dealer and another one here while I just flip you through the watches that at both official dealers. Now, uh, the first thing I want to talk about is the Datejust 34 millimeters. It's not actually a Datejust, it's a date. And this woman came in and she wanted it. They were telling me a story and how it just came this week. She ordered a Datejust silver dial 34 millimeter, and I believe it's the date at the 34 millimeter. And it took her 6 months to receive this piece. Of course, it's a steel option, but at 34 millimeters, the demand is not there as much. So, really, what I get out of that is Rolex doesn't like, or even, I don't know, I guess they're so busy now that they don't do special orders. You know, how customer can go on either the website or go to an AD, and an AD can put into a request. But sometimes it takes a very, very long time. And what I'm getting at and what I'm showing you through this entire thing is most people just, you have to get what you're offered. It's just crazy because for a 34 millimeter date, a date on the watch, it's not even the Oyster Perpetual. It's a silver dial date, 34 millimeters. And to wait 6 months for that is just, to me, absolutely crazy. But I get it. Like the people on the waiting list for steel options, it goes crazy over retail. This one actually goes under, but still, it completely amazed me, and I do want to share that story with you. But don't worry, we are going to hop into the what you saw in the title. Yes, the 31 only though, Oyster Perpetual, and we'll talk about really what I love about this piece in the collection. There it is. So this is, of course, you will tell by the sticks, the 31 millimeter version. I love this piece. Right now, this is my number one, the bigger, not this piece. That's why it's not in my collection right now, because it is 31. And I would have bought it, but if it was just a bigger size, either the 41 or the 36, really though the 41 is just absolutely beautiful in this color too. Not just the Tiffany. I think all of them are really, really nice. And this is the first OP I got a picture of at retail. I just wish it was a little bigger. And the AD was, joking. I got an OP in, but it was this version. Now, very easy to tell with those sticks. But another thing is just look at it. And you could tell it's just brand new. They got it in, I believe, I don't know, that day or the day before because it had already been sold. But if you look at it, it's in the original. This is how Rolex actually ships the box. As you can see, it's all plastic, and there's a bezel protector in this watch case. A lot of people think that Rolex just shipped the box with the watch, and I found out. I always knew it came this way. More, recently. I don't know, in the last 20 years, something like that. Maybe even 15 years. It came like this. And a long time ago, not even that long ago, Rolex would just ship the box with the watch inside. And Rolex realized, okay, the watch moves around. Maybe there can be some damages. I'm assuming this is Rolex what they realized, or it was cheaper just to ship everything. I don't know exactly what their plan was, but now they ship in this little container here, and that's how they do it. But look at it; it's just magnificent. I don't know, the words can't describe how much I love this piece just because of its simplicity. On all the sport models, you have so much there. I mean, the text is paragraph. Well, on the Submariner, it's like a paragraph. Here, it's just so simplistic. Chronometer certified. Up there with the Rolex Oyster Perpetual. That's it. There's no extra additional text. I think it makes the watch A look bigger, cleaner. I think it just it everything about this piece is just absolutely amazing. And I'm curious. I know very few of you are women out there because I looked at the male to female ratio on my channel. Actually, YouTube tells me that, and it's like a 0.5% or something like that. Is a female audience. But if there is any females out there, any girls, I would love to know. Would you choose this piece? Is this something you would like, or do you prefer like a two-toned piece or a date just something like that? I would love to know down in the comments below. Is there any girls out there watching this? And would you choose this piece? Would you buy this piece at 31 millimeters? Because that's really what their audience is. Rolex. Rolex made this watch not for a man. It's a woman's piece. 31 though used to be a man's piece a long time ago, but I consider 34 transitional period, and I think most of them are now. Most people out there, even watching this video, I'd love to know what is the cutoff for a man and a woman. I get it. I love the small pieces too, like the tanks and everything. But it does get very small when you're in the low 30s. It's very hard to wear for a man, and I don't think this really is a man's piece. 36 most definitely, and 34 pieces. But that's just my little tangent about sizing. I would love to know your opinions down in the comments below. But stick around. We do have some cool pieces, and then I do have to talk about a day date, which is really incredible. And I did show it on my other channels, but it is still here, so I want to talk a little bit more about it. So there it is. This is the day date, and of course, it's with that dial. Oh my gosh, I can't get over this dial, and it was so funny because this was really a conversation piece. I was talking, with the guy, salesman, and then actually the owner of the store came over, and we were chatting a little bit about this piece because it's a turquoise dial, but the way they cut it, each one is completely different, and it's pretty cool. It's like in the front page of the Rolex book because they actually got the new Rolex books in, and I had my previous one when I first came there, but they were like it's all out for a long time. And he was showing me on the front cover of one of the pages, it was actually the Rolex. This is the day date version, and this is the only one they gotten in 3 years, and the guy hasn't picked it up yet, but he will. This probably will not be here next week, but I want to talk a little bit about the dial itself. So each one is different. This one's a very clean dial. I will put in another image here next to the Sky Dweller, but it's very, very clean, as you can see. And the one on the book, if you're lucky enough to go to an official dealer, and I will show off the book in a video. I will do that going through the new 2021 book, but it's not really new because the new releases are coming out now. But definitely, it's very cool. And this style is so clean compared to the other one in the book. It's amazing. You have a watch, meteorite dial to mother of pearl. When you buy these pieces, each one is different from another. I get Rolex makes, thousands and thousands in production at a time sometimes, but your watch is special when you purchase a piece like this, and it's really unique and special. It definitely gives more exclusivity, and makes you feel like you're buying. It's a piece unique. Technically, it's a piece unique for each person that buys a piece like this. But that's my little tangent about what I think about these dials. I think they're absolutely amazing, and it's very nice just to see each one. And mother of pearls are absolutely beautiful, and you get a few. If you go into a retailer, more than likely you get them because they are the most expensive dial in a Datejust. I believe he told me that. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure in an average Datejust, like two tone, it is probably one of the most expensive dials with diamonds in them. So this is what I do every week. So I'm just kind of speed run through this. This is what you're gonna get graded to in most ADs, and this is the day date. That's it. That's the entire store. Two slides, basically 2 seconds, and that's all I want to spend at this AD. Just because I do this every week at this official dealer. The other one does it shows a little bit more. I get to show you, Air King, things like that. But I have not seen one steel piece in this AD, and I'm contemplating even going in there anymore just because they have nothing ever. So just a little bit there, but I will keep going back just for you guys to show you what you'll normally get greeted with. But there are some ADs that will show you some cool pieces, like I do fortunate enough, I should say, with the first one. So there it is. This is where I'm going to end with this beautiful Oyster Perpetual dial staring at me, this green, just absolutely stunning. I really can't get over this. I was very happy to see this at an AD. And I get it, it's just a woman's piece. You're going to be saying, why are you so excited? Just look at it, man. It's just when the new releases came out, everybody was focused on the Submariner, all the different little details, the two tone, how they had the white in there instead of, the whatever it was, the gold instead of, or just everything like that. I looked at these, I'm like, wow, that is a bold move by Rolex. And if you look at other watch YouTube channels at the time, they were like, oh, it's, Stella dials, cool, whatever. And then slowly through the year, these were building up and building up. Now, when they first were released, depending on where you were, depending on who you talk to, it depends. I don't know what the prices were right away when they first on the gray market, but it's always been high, and I believe it's like going up actually. It's kind of crazy, but it's not something I would ever flip if I ever got my hands on one of these pieces, but this is definitely one that I would not hesitate to pull the trigger. And I don't say that about a lot of watches because I'm very, very, it takes me a long time to convince myself that a watch is good and it's a good purchase. But as soon as I saw this, when it came out in Baselworld, I was like, I was finished. I really do love this piece. And I would love to know in the comments down below, what do you think? And what do you think about the one instead of the two? Um, Indices and on those 3, 6, and 9. What do you think? Do you think that's valuable one day, or is it just so small? It's a woman's piece, so it's very hard later on that people will buy it. Now I get most of the market's controlled. Guys like watches, I get it, but women do buy watches too. So I'd just love to hear it. But women are buying guys watches now, so it's kind of crazy. But that's for another video. This is where I want to leave it here. I want to thank you all for watching. And I just want to remind you the 4 steps in the description for the Chanel chain giveaway. Thank you, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a fantastic day.